Friends, good afternoon and welcome. We're all packed up and ready to go on this little spur of the moment adventure here. So we normally try to book things ahead of time if we can, and that way we get the site of our choice, or in this case we would have got electric hookup if we'd have booked a little bit earlier. But instead we're going to be doing a little boondocking at a campground, which is not something that you normally see us do. Friends, as you can see, it's a little bit cloudy outside, and no electric is going to test our solar panel and battery setup to its limits. We're taking the generator, as you can probably see over in the truck there, and it's a high probability that we're going to need it, wouldn't you say?
I would think so. I mean, it's starting to clear up, so maybe tomorrow will not be as bad as they say, but...
We'll see. There's a hurricane coming.
There's been a hurricane, like, for the whole week, so...
There's always a hurricane when we're trying to do something, wouldn't you say?
Always in September there is.
Well, even when we went...
anywhere in September, there's a hurricane.
When we went to Michigan, there was a hurricane. When we went to Tennessee, there was a hurricane. There's always a hurricane, so we're used to it. I almost forgot Sarah's bike. That would be a little bit of a tragedy. This is going to be Sarah's first real biking adventure, so you'll want to subscribe and check out next week's episode for that. Right now, we're just focused on getting to the campground, and then, of course, we'll be going to Ohio Pyle tomorrow morning just for some walking around exploration. Well, friends, good morning. We've made it here to Confluence, Pennsylvania, to the Outflow Campground. The outflow from the dam is just behind us over here, and you can definitely hear it. We have all the windows open. The sound of rushing water is kind of what we got all night. If you like a noise machine type of constant flow noise, it's a good place for it. Like I said, this site is not electric. We didn't book in time to get one with electric. You'll see us with our percolator for coffee in a lot of our videos, and that's because when we're at sites like this without electric, like if you had an electric coffee pot, you'd have to fire up the generator in the morning to make your coffee, and that's anything that gets in the way of my coffee is no good. So that's what we're doing now. We're perking some coffee. We're going to eat breakfast inside because we don't want to get wet, and that's kind of our morning. But if you look over that way, there's tons of sites with electric, so if that's a requirement for you, you can find it here at this lovely little campground in the valley here. Look how level and nice these sites are. I really enjoy campgrounds like this where you can tell they make a good effort to make all the sites level. Look at that one over there. This site without the electric was cheap. I think it was only like $15 a night. This time of year, late September, like when you don't need AC, save the money and just go with no hookups. Right now it's just starting to rain. Hurricane Hellen, I think is what it's called. We're going to get a little bit of that here this morning, so we're going to cook breakfast inside. Then we're going to head over to Ohio Pyle, and I do believe the rain is supposed to quit.
We are on Sugarloaf Road, headed from Confluence over to Ohio Pyle. We're going to walk around the town a little bit, do some window shopping, see if any of the outdoor recreational shops have the Ohio Pyle purple lizard map.
Yeah, because I didn't plan ahead. That's like the only purple lizard map I don't have.
At this point, yeah. So we're going to see if we can find one. They're kind of hard to find in the wild. We've seen them, maybe once in a shop. Usually we order them, so we're going to poke around, maybe get some ice cream, check out the visitor center, and check out some of the waterfalls that are not the main falls.
On Facebook this morning, they post like an update on fall foliage in Pennsylvania and Somerset County, which I guess we're not really in Somerset County anymore. We're in Fayette.
We're in Fayette County.
But you can tell in this area we're approaching best color up here in the mountains of south central Pennsylvania. There's like two counties where it says approaching best color, Somerset, and then one like way up in the northeast. And it's all due to elevation and microclimate, but the color so far here is beautiful. It's almost like it's the second week of October.
I mean, it's the perfect mix of green, yellows, and oranges, and just some pops of red. It's the perfect mix, I think, So
yeah, as this series this weekend progresses, as long as it's clear tomorrow, which I think it's supposed to be, you know, we're gonna get some great views and some great fall color. Pretty exciting. Just as we were talking about fall color, on Sugarloaf Road here, there's a nice little overlook. And so we're gonna go check that out and see if we can get you some fall color. And you know, it's just a nice little pull off and you just kind of walk right up here. Baughman Trail, Baughman Trail. But like I said, the overlook is right up here. Alright, so here at the Wilderness Voyagers is where you can pick up your lizard map if you're looking for a copy locally. It's got a very detailed map of the Ohio Pyle State Park area and then plus one of the surrounding landscape. So definitely worthwhile. We're gonna head on over to Cucumber Falls now while it's just a slight drizzle. Yeah, just kind of go from there. If it starts raining too hard, we'll go over to the visitor center. So we got a chance to walk through town, and like I said, we found our lizard map. Just got to go in the visitor center, check out the main Ohio Pyle Falls. And it's interesting, I learned in there that the Ferncliff Peninsula on the other side of the falls, that was all formed by an ancient ice dam downstream, and that kind of rerouted the river around the peninsula, and now it's slowly eroding the soft shale around the outside edge of the horseshoe. So pretty interesting. We're gonna head over to the natural water slides though now, and Cucumber Falls and all that stuff. Pretty excited to go see that. And this is all stuff, you know, as much time as I've spent around here, I've never been to these places, so we're gonna go check out something new. So we're leaving the town of Ohio Pyle behind us, and we're just walking on this sidewalk here. There's a bridge that goes over what I believe to be the Cucumber River, but Cucumber Run, something along those lines. I could be totally off. This little run here flows into the Yough just behind me. Then the natural water slides, as soon as we cross this bridge, they ought to be up on the left here somewhere. Cucumber Falls should be to the right. So, Theo, come on. I was a little bit confused on how to get over here, but it seems like we've found our way. Meadow Run, that's what it's called. The rocks and shoreline could be very slippery, it says, and high water levels could exacerbate the problem. So, yeah, just be careful as you're going down here to Meadow Run. Alright, other than the fact that it's really starting to rain now, I imagine when you were here in the past there was a whole pile of people down here.
Oh yeah, I was here in like July on the hottest days of the year. That's when it's really refreshing. That pool right there is like really, really deep. That's where it dumps the people out. But yeah, like all the rocks up there covered in people. Towels, just...
So if you want it to yourself, in a kind of a unique atmosphere, come here on a rainy, dreary day.
Come in the middle of a hurricane.
It actually is kind of neat down here. The atmosphere's and like all the water on the rhododendron and stuff. It's very pretty down here.
I like that, like the leaves, like the color. It's adding really nice pop of color on the rocks and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
A little treacherous for footing, but
yeah, don't underestimate how slippery the rocks are, because I about lost it several times. So we've come down from the Meadow Run slides and we've made our way to the mighty Youghiogheny River. To be honest, I've never been over here before, but that's the Ferncliff Peninsula over there. And somewhere down where we're at here is where that ice dam was, that ancient ice dam that we talked about. And it would have flooded out this whole area, and that's what formed the peninsula over there. Over here, buddy. Well, what do we think of whatever this is called?
this is Cucumber Falls.
Cucumber Falls. We've had a little bit of a rough go at things today because...
Like if our dogs and children made smart decisions.
Yeah, we're trying to get the dogs and the kids to make smart choices, and nobody wants to. But we've made it successfully. No one got hurt yet.
We still got to make it out of here. And it was longer than I remember it being to get over here from the water slides. I don't remember it being this far over here, and it was definitely a challenging trail, especially for dogs that had no interest in being on the leash today.
Well, not only that,
And we're in a state park, and you can't technically let them off leash, even though it is a little bit dangerous to have them on a leash on a trail that is technical like that. It just...
But this is a really pretty waterfall. It kind of reminds me of Hocking Hills. They call it a bridal veil fall because you can walk behind it, and so we're gonna do that here in just a second. But you're kind of in like a little, what do you call this, alcove or like cave or something?
It's an overhang cave.
So it's really neat with all the rhododendrons coming off the top of it, and very pretty rock formation. And if you come here on a rainy day like today, you'll get it all to yourself, or at least muddy dog. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get you some shots of the waterfall here, and then we're gonna have to make it out of here and
get going.
Because
it's 2:30 already.
We're on a bit of a time crunch, but I think we're still doing okay. Friends, you'll have to be extremely careful when you come here. Everything is slick, especially if it's even in the least bit wet. You're going to struggle to get over there. There's easier ways, of course, so plan your route accordingly. But man, this is a really pretty spot. I really like it, especially with the little bits of fall color we're getting. The leaves this year are just kind of falling out of the trees as soon as they change color. It's been such a weird weather year, dry and stuff. So the leaves, they're not going to stick around long, and of course it's cold and windy and hurricane, So, but it's still very pretty. There's a nice tree, up above that's got some yellow in it. All in all, beautiful spot.